Yeah, it's too quiet. We were all chit-chatting, all laughing, and all cutting up, joking about something. I turned this stupid camera on to catch us joking about stuff, and everybody's quiet now. We're gonna have to get old Voodoo Ninja here. Yeah, we're gonna have to get old Voodoo Voodoo Ninja. Voodoo. I can't say it right. Voodoo Ninja. There we go. Ninja Voodoo. To come. Oh man, we gotta get him to come over and liven up the group, right? Huh? Yes, I'm live. I'm always live. It shows up the notice in a minute. I hate the DMV. I do too, but I would actually love to be going to the DMV if I had something worth going to the DMV for.
New ID.
Huh?
ID, new ID.
Well, you're over 18. You know how to do it.
I know. I'm getting my ID. So.
I hate the DMV. I really do.
Hey, Bubba. She's coming down. I've had 7 driver's licenses from 7 different. 0, 1, 2.
Huh?
I don't know what's that name.
Am I? That's what I was asking.
Oh, I don't care. You know what this means? My mama watches me. My friend asked me what that means.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. It looks like Deb.
It means fuck you.
Is that what that stupid hand sign he keeps doing me?
Yeah.
No, not this.
No, that one.
What?
When he does that, just kick him in the balls.
What is that?
It's when he does it below his waist. He's trying to get you to look at it because it gives him the rights to hit you. It's some kind of stupid crap they play in high school. They do their.
It's a homoerotic game.
A homoerotic game?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Look at my penis and let's touch each other.
Oh wow.
Hold that.
Thanks, Zane.
Here, Bubba's gonna get on. Ready, Bubba?
Yeah.
Hello. Yes.
Where's
Hello.
This is the part.
Mike down there?
It should ask.
Man, I'm gonna see if you kids would be interested in doing that. Real funny idea that you might get a kick out of. It would give you a chance to be an asshole towards me. And get away with it. I mean, be perfectly fine with it. You can make fun of me and be perfectly okay with it.
Good afternoon.
I got an idea.
Tori,
She just got sick.
she must have ate something yucky.
All that people food. Come on, baby.
Here's the phone.
I don't want
Entertain. Hello. All right, look at the chats. What's up, people? I just got my first dab every day, so forgive the red eyes. Hi, forwarding. We got people here. Zane's hanging out. Flux. And lots of dogs. We love dogs.
What kind of ice cream?
I was just looking at a magazine article that was written about my work.
What kind
You ever
of
heard
ice
of Big Think is a pretty major news organization.
I'm a
They
fan.
wrote an article about my work.
I eat too much.
It's awesome.
What kind of ice cream? It says join group again.
Sorry about that, guys. I had to answer it.
They all thought you went dead.
And it's dead. No, it's not. Actually, it was my other brother, one that I don't talk to very much. He never calls me hardly ever, and I had to answer that. And trying to get him to understand that I'm on live feed and I need to switch back over. I don't know. It's kind of trying to It's kind of like trying to get a rock convinced. Uh, what? Are you okay? You choked on water. Are you okay? She's over there choking. What? What are you laughing so hard at? What the hell's so funny?
You?
She's over there choking on water.
You're retarded.
How?
The shit you say.
Oh, the rock being soft? Oh, yeah. Well, I'm used to that. You probably spend a lot of time out there in the desert trying to convince them rocks that they're soft. You argue the point nonstop. Definitely learn from the best on that one.
No, from my point of view. Okay. You thought it was corny too, didn't you? It was cute.
That was funny.
It was definitely cute.
What?
Maybe so,
It kind of reminds me, my dad would come up with stuff like that. And I used to think that some of that stuff was the coolest damn shit he ever said.
Yeah, it's just crap that comes to my mind at times. It comes out before I can even realize it. I even crack myself up sometimes. I didn't realize I said it. I thought about it. I was trying to figure out what you were laughing at about.
It comes
Yeah,
from,
what did I say? Something about a rock being soft.
you said that's like trying to convince a rock it's soft.
Oh, trying to convince a rock. Yeah, see, like I said, I say things, I don't, it just comes out.
It comes from being
So-
quick-witted.
Quick-witted. Yeah. They call it a quip, not a slope. It's off of Shallow Hal. They call it a quip, not a slope. What do you mean you updated your
I
photo?
like that movie. Shallow.
Katie, that's
I like
the same photo you had, ain't it? I don't know. Mr. Bucks. I was in deep thought.
Yeah, it was. I know
Uh-oh.
you're pointing.
Pointing now. No more blue hair. Looks blue.
Remember, every time you point at someone, you've got 3 fingers pointing right back at you.
Yeah, but at least they have the thumb. That's the most useless. Or useful. Not useless. At least they've got the thumb pointing at them. That's the most useful. What are you looking at me like that for? The thumb is what separated us from the monkeys, right? Or from the other, not the monkeys. Jeez almighty, I can't think right. They got thumbs too. No, that's what separated us from the other mammals, right? Yeah, but that's what separates us from the other animals, right? Is the ability to pick up things because we have thumbs.
They call it the opposing.
I know, but raccoons are a freak of nature. I love them little things.
We need
I
one.
love them to death. I'm serious. I want to get me a pet raccoon. I love them things.
Smoke weed and dabs.
No, you're not going to teach the raccoon to smoke weed and dabs. I'll stay in charge of that one. That's my job.
It's in the cat family.
That is definitely my job. No.
A squirrel. A squirrel to get stoned.
Oh yeah, man, them squirrels. Man, I used to have 2 squirrels. If you look at my Facebook, look back in the pictures on it, and you'll see me standing up with a couple of squirrels running around on me. They were pet squirrels, and they lived in the house with us and everything. They really cool though. But the one would come right up to my face, and I would blow smoke in his face and get him high as could be. That thing was a little tornado when he'd get high. He'd be running all around that damn room, and surprised he wasn't trying to do the moonwalk on the ceiling.
That's about how my cat was. I used to get my cat shotguns.
Licking, yeah, they would lick the windows for the condensation. I was like, I knew these squirrels were retarded. Look at this.
We need to
It's
get
funny,
some.
isn't it?
We need to get some, man. We need to get some squirrels again. Keep them in the camper with little fans.
No, it's not enough space.
If God created the platypus, God was drunk.
We had toys when I was a kid.
If God created the platypus, God was drunk. Okay, well, that's an interesting way to look at it.
They just run around the house.
I
I mean, do you think we evolved from primates?
Huh?
Do I think we evolved from primates? Well,
has a sense of humor.
look, that one's a kind of a hard one to talk about because you'll get a person to think you're narrow-minded and thinking one way or the other. I'm not sure one way to the other which happened, but I know that we evolve into something different as we grow, and I know that the difference between what we were back in, say, Adam and Eve's time and what we are now is totally different. So whether we had that much hair and whether we were actually primates, I'm not sure. I don't know. I would like to think that that isn't the case, but if it is, then I'm kind of curious why we still have primates. If we all involved two primates, then what happened? Are those the rejects that weren't allowed to become human? I mean, I kind of have a weird thought about that one. I'm not sure that. How old do you think the Earth might be? Way older than me, that's for sure. I think the world is 5.5 billion years. Me personally, I don't know. Look, this thing's getting hot. I gotta get the freezer pack. Hold on, guys. How old do you think the world? I don't know. I believe that there's a lot of truth to the way the scientists are figuring out things, and seeing how things were back in even back in biblical times. Everything is so much different, and everything is revolved around the difference in atmospheres and difference in conditions. I mean, just like I don't know, you adapt to things. Oh, not in the freezer. We got freezer packs now, and they stay ice cold, so I've gone on top of it. But anyway, it's kind of really. I haven't really studied a whole lot on that one, and I don't really know. But I do know that all of us are connected. When like the stories in the Bible, like they explain in the beginning, he takes the dirt and makes man. He makes man out of the very earth that he made to begin with. So we're all linked together, which actually makes perfect sense for the Big Bang Theory. Which is all atoms that collided and made us all into what we are, which it makes sense. It does. It really does. But then it discredits religion. It discredits God. But if you stop and think about it, in God's life span, a day for him could be 1,000 years. What my thoughts were. Yeah, it could be 1,000 years. So for God to make something out of nothing, it would be something like that, and it would form into what it was. I mean, and the way the scientists have explained the way the world is revolved into what it is today and where it came from and what it had to have come from, then it makes perfect sense for somebody to believe in the ways of the, I don't know what they call it. I can't think right now, but the Big Bang Theory. And so I believe there's a lot of truth to a lot of it. But if you stop and think, there's, it's kind of like religion. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different types of religion. But if you really study into them, you realize that every single one of them has some of the same principles and some of the same ideas. They're just thought of and looked at in a different way. And if you believe that any one religion, we were just having this conversation earlier. Matter of fact, I wish I would have recorded it. But simply saying, you got all these different religions that believe different ways, and every single one believes that they are right and everyone else is wrong. And if that's the case, then there's only select groups that are even able to make it into heaven. Sorry, but that sounds a little cruel, and the God I serve is not that cruel. He is a loving God. So that just doesn't make sense for me. But when you stop and think about it, okay, you've got, so if I'm a Christian and I'm the only one that's right and everyone else is wrong, then everyone else is going to hell and I'm going to heaven. Well, what about all these people that don't even know anything about God, don't know anything about Jesus, don't know anything about religion? They don't know anything but living life. But they're good people and they're doing the right thing. Do you think that they have their spot in heaven? Of course. And all of the religions is what is tearing Christianity apart. Christianity is Christ-like, a person that is Christ-like, and the one that I have studied on and I understand is a very kind and generous type person. He is the type of person that would be sitting here amongst us, hanging out here in the desert, don't care about the dirt on his feet or the fact that he hasn't shaved or whatever else. Probably going to have dreads, probably be dirty, probably look like one of these dirty kids that most people just pass by, anyway, with all the different religions and all the different thoughts, if you would think that a person that knows nothing can't go to heaven, then it makes everything else sound completely off, completely fallible. It is just a matter of, where your heart is. Your heart is where it matters the most. And with religion, you have to understand that other people are taught different ways. So you have to look at religion with an open mind. That's how you seek out your own salvation, which is embedded in most Christians' heads. Seek out your own salvation with fear and trembling is exactly what they do not do. They run around judging the other people, and most of you, the ones that don't go to church or don't believe in God, a lot of you have stories that have something to do with some Christians that were extremely judgmental towards you, and it kind of feared you away from God and feared you away from church, and it's because they seem to think that they are right, everyone else is wrong, they are perfect, they have a salvation, and they are going to a beautiful, wonderful place, and because you drank a beer, you're not going, or because you smoke a joint, you're not going, or because, whatever the case is. And it discredits the one that the God that I love. It discredits him as being a mean parent figure that just is going to ruin every idea of you ever having any kind of a decent fun in life or anything, in order to make it to thereafter, the ever after type thing, versus, and if you don't, then you're getting casted down into a fire. He wouldn't give you free will to have, the desire to have fun and the desire to love one another and the feeling that you get when you love one another. He wouldn't give you that emotion if he didn't mean for you to do that. And you see the feelings that you get when you do something good, and when you witness something good, the feelings that you get. Anybody that has ever felt that can tell you there's something magical about that. And I'm sorry, but that tells me that we all need to open up our eyes a little bit more and realize it's not a matter of who is right or who is wrong. It's a matter of you have to seek out your own salvation. Me, I know where I'm going. I'm confident. I feel I have done everything I can to do everything I'm supposed to do to help everyone else. And, I know for a fact where I'm going, no matter what I've been doing, no matter what I've done. it's all that all revolves around. It's kind. It's being courteous towards one another and loving each other. And just being good people. That's all it is. And there's a lot more to it. You have to study. You have to try to seek out your own salvation. Don't worry about what other people are saying. You look it up and you figure out what makes you feel happy. You find that heaven right here. Right here. That's where you find it. You get it? Love you guys. Now, subject change. All right. Thank you, man. I wish I didn't have so many questions about it all. No, that's fine. Sure enough. Matter of fact, anybody that has questions like that, I don't like to get into a whole almost like a sermon or anything, but I don't mind talking to people, and I do we got Facebook Messenger and we the comments and stuff, and I don't mind going into long detail with you. So anytime, if you got any questions, I don't mind telling you my perspective of it, and that's all it is. It's my perspective. I'm not saying I'm right, and I'm not saying I'm wrong. I'm just saying that if I'm wrong, I don't want to be right. And if I'm right, I want y'all to see that, and I want y'all to see what it is so that you can have the same peace and the same... Yeah, Roger Gaines. Beer. Yes. Need a beer. We don't have a beer. Oh. Did you ask? You just gonna come and dig in a bag? Oh, shit. Come on. And... Huh? What happened? What?
Yeah, check it out. It's right here. Engine run time. 10 hours. 50% load.
You're laughing at what made a noise.
100% load. Ready?
For 25 hours.
But no, it's like 18 hours at a time. I don't get that. You got air conditioner on that. That's fucking. That's whatever. I'm not gonna question it. 20 ounces for the oil. Yeah, dude. Tommy.
I guess I can turn it down now, huh?
I download product manual. Yeah.
Brought a lesson home to me. Wait a minute. While you were sharing thoughts with us, an IRS scammer called me, and I went into a rare and odd rage. Snowballed with it, like I was stoking a fire. I'd seen escalating self. Then Tommy's closing words brought a lesson home to me. Well, I'm glad I'm glad you're listening.
We gotta look at tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna be taking a friend to the airport.
Then I didn't treat that scammer didn't treat me right by trying to scam me, and I didn't treat him right by hollering at him. It don't matter what he did. My part is my part. You're right, and it is. It's you have to own up to your own deal, because you're the one that gets judged for it. If you believe in a judgment after life, like I do, then you know that nobody's going to be there to help you out. You have to face out your own judgment. You got to keep that in mind when you pass judgment on someone else. I mean, that guy, he was just doing his job. It's not his fault. He's required to call all these people. That's what those telemarketers. I get out, but I get jokative with them. I just mess with their head a little bit and then hang up on them. But they're used to it all. But at the same time, they're not trying to do anything but do their job. They're getting paid to do that. It's the manufacturers, the big companies that put them out there to doing that stuff that shouldn't be. It's just they're trying to make money off of everything. Is all they're doing. But yeah, when you lose your temper on it, then that makes you just as wrong as that guy was. You know, and you have to answer for yourself. You don't have to answer for them. They have to answer for them. You let them answer for themselves. Let it go. You know, they've got their own battle to worry about, and until you step in their shoes, you can't say anything about what battle they're going through. Just the same as they can't say anything about what you're going through. It's just not right. Exactly, Roger. Think about it. Why do you think the Bible says, "Do unto others as you want done unto yourself"? I mean, come on. Roger, don't make me sit on you. Nikki says that. I don't think she likes it too much when I go to preaching there, huh?
You got a 10 millimeter Allen quick?
Okay.
He's like, get off my face.
I would like a keg. I don't even drink normally. You have them?
Oh, okay. Actually, I'm gonna go look at Steven's text from that. Is it how far?
Oh my God.
And today's Bible verse is
Do unto others as you want done unto yourself. Now I'm drawing a complete blank. What is the verse? What's the numbers? I don't even know what book's it in. I just draw a complete blank. Somebody find that for me. I really feel stupid right now. I know it's like, jeez almighty. Doing to others as you want done unto yourself. What verse is that? That's unusual. Okay.
Have they said?
Religions say, yeah, be good to each other. But what they don't say is that, you know, there's other anyway, no, that's gonna go too far. You learned a thing. Matthew 7. I knew I was trying to say Matthew, but I didn't know the number.
Anybody
What's up, Shepherd? Hey, Ron, how's it going? Don't turn off. No. It's turning off. I'm sorry. Oops.
Tell
Tell them